Section 248, petition for a certificate of public good. At the last meeting, and I'm going to read from the minutes, we haven't accepted them yet, but we went into executive session, everybody pretty much cleared the place out. And then we came out and we voted on whether or not to take any action. And Mr. Bilodeau made a motion, seconded by Mr. Gilmet, to intervene on Swanton Wind's application to the Public Service Board by sending the PSB a letter with a packet of information opposing the Swanton Wind project. Motion carried. So at that time, that's the decision that was made by the Select Board. And since that time, we have started a letter. And then we sent the letter to our town attorney. And that caused quite a bit of discussion back and forth. At no time did we have 3 board members discussing it. I just want to make that clear. But what it's caused is tonight, when we get to 4D, do not want to be openly discussing the letter yet because of some things that the attorney has talked to us about. The town's attorney will be here probably closer to 8 o'clock, and we need to go into executive session with the town's attorney. The board members need to hear the arguments and the discussion about what we do, what the merits of what we do, and what path we take. We made a decision on a path at the last meeting, but based on some of the advice we've got to revisit that. So we're going to revisit that in executive session around 8 o'clock tonight. What I would like to do, we can keep the agenda item where it is, and we can do like we did last time, is open up for a little bit of pro and a little bit of against, pro and con discussion, maybe 5 minutes for each group, and keep that fair. And then we will go into executive session when the attorney gets here. And Planning Commission is here tonight, 4 members of the Planning Commission to talk about the letter. But again, I think it's in everybody's best interest, if all the planning members agree to, is to go into executive session with the town's attorney when he gets here and figure out what our way ahead is, if we modify it or if we stay with what we did last time. So if everybody's good with that, that's the way we want to proceed.
So how are you going to change?
Executive session
Would be D?
would be, yeah, 4D.
So it can all stay the same, but.
Well, let's call it 4E, executive session, and 4F would be the discuss transportation alternatives. Because just the general discussion on wind, we can do in the open, the pros and the cons. Does that work for the board members? I know it's a little confusing, but things change during the course of a 2-week period.
Yep, I'm good with it.
And then under item 9, I want to add a C, and I want to discuss a location for an art wall near the elementary school. They sent us an email a few weeks ago, and I was going to bring it up at the previous meeting, and I got sidetracked and into it, so I want to follow up on that.
What was
Art wall, for that'll be 9C. Dan,
Sit down.
want to sit down? Yes, I am.
Nothing.
You have nothing, okay. Let's mark that one off, going
You got it.
Kathy. All right. On the agenda review, meeting topics, minutes. We have 3 sets of minutes. September 19th, select board special meeting. That was to sign the budget, was it? No, that was a personnel. That's right, yeah. September 20th, select board special meeting. And September 20th, select board regular meeting.
I'll make a
Okay.
motion.
The special meeting on the 20th was down at the road, that was a
Yep.
site visit.
Yep.
Yep, okay then.
I'll make a motion that we approve all the 3 sets of minutes listed on the agenda as printed.
There's a second.
Second.
Motion's been made and second to approve the 3 minutes as noted on the agenda. Any discussion?